JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, female student attacked and stabbed several times in St. Mary. A female student of Orokabesa High School in St. Mary was reportedly attacked and stabbed multiple times by a man said to be of unsound mind. The student was stabbed in her neck, hands, back, and buttocks. Police have since apprehended the suspect, who is in custody at the Orokabesa police lockup. Information received is that the teen was walking along the roadway when she was attacked by the man. Following the attack, she was assisted to the Port Maria Hospital. Police sources said the child is currently undergoing treatment. She is said to be unresponsive and in critical condition. Lightning strike at the Costa Cup match in St. Catherine sends 6 to hospital. At least 6 people, including 3 players, are receiving treatment at hospital following a lightning strike during yesterday's Issa Water the Costa Cup match between Charlemont High and the Dintel Technical in St. Catherine. Hospital sources say they'll remain under observation until the medical team is satisfied that they are stable and can be released. The lightning struck half an hour after the 3:30 p.m. start of the game, which was being held at Charlemont Football Field. It was indicated that it had earlier rained before the match with lingering dark clouds. The injured persons were taken to the Linstead Hospital. Man held with gun in confrontation with JPS disconnection crew in Portmore charged. The police have charged the man after he was held with a gun while in a verbal clash with a crew from the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, that was undertaking a disconnection exercise in the community of Waterford in Portmore, St. Catherine on Monday. Charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition is 20-year-old Lamar Joseph, a recording artist of Genius in Waterford and the Dempster Pen in Spanish Town. Reports from the Portmore police are that about 1:30 p.m., lawmen were conducting duties with a JPS team when 2 men were seen arguing with the workers about disconnecting illegal connections. According to the police, Joseph threatened them. He was accosted and searched by the cops, and a Ruger pistol with a magazine containing 10 9mm cartridges was found. It was subsequently charged after a caution statement was done in the presence of his attorney. His court date is being finalized. Bail hearing for Noel Maitland put off until November 15. Attorneys representing Noel Maitland, the policeman charged with the murder of his girlfriend, social media personality Donnelly Donaldson, will have to renew their application for bail on November 15. The matter, which was set for today in the Home Circuit Court, was postponed as the court was told that there was some challenge in bringing Maitland to court. The court also heard that an application to renew the bail hearing should have been filed on or before September 1, but that was not done. Maitland's attorney, Christopher Townsend, said there was an issue with Maitland's clothes for court, which was provided by his family. The clothing was taken but refused, Townsend said. Maitland was been in custody for over a year. He is also charged with preventing the lawful burial of a corpse. Donaldson was last seen at Constable Maitland's New Kingston apartment on July 11. She was reported missing on July 13. The police had indicated that investigations concluded that Donaldson was killed on July 12 between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Man suspected of killing homeless people in St. Anne charged. The man suspected of targeting and killing homeless people in St. Anne has been charged. Senior Superintendent Dwight Powell, head of the St. Anne Police, disclosed Tuesday afternoon that a 45-year-old suspect was charged Monday following intense investigations into the killing of 5 homeless people in the parish. Richard Bell Nevis of Pag in Port Maria, St. Mary, and Boxfield, St. Anne, has been charged with 2 counts of murder. They relate to the killing of Junior Hay on July 27, as well as an unidentified man who was killed on April 10. Bell Nevis is also charged with 2 counts of wounding with intent in relation to 2 other homeless people, including a 60-year-old woman and another count of unlawful wounding. SSP Powell said additional charges are pending against the accused, who was captured last week. Body of a man found in sinkhole in St. Elizabeth. The St. Elizabeth police are in Claremont, where efforts are being made to retrieve the body of a man that was found in a 50-foot sinkhole on Wednesday morning. It was reported that the man, known only as Pontai, went missing on Sunday. Following the reports, residents launched a search. Acting Superintendent Coolidge Minto said the retrieval operation is now ongoing.
We're here in the Claremont community, the parish of St. Elizabeth, where a body is seen in a hole. It is approximately 50 feet down, and so we are now conducting a recovery operation. We are awaiting some experts from the scenes of crime, as well as our CIB and the fire department, and we will also be supporting the residents as we seek to extract the body. I would not want to speak to the identity until we have retrieved the body from this hole. The investigation so far over is that no foul play has been suspected.
Out of respect as a leader of the opposition, I am going to direct you to the standing orders as it relates to a ruling of the Speaker in this House. And I have ruled that this matter goes to the Oversight Committee for deliberations and to that. And I am now moving on. Bills brought from the Senate, petitions, papers, reports from committees, notices of motions given orally.
House Speaker accused of knowingly lying to IC a $6 million Mercedes-Benz GLA 250 that was submitted from House Speaker Marisa Dalrymple Philibert's statutory declarations for 7 years, but the acquisition of which was flagged by the Integrity Commission IC as possibly involving fraud, has landed the legislator in hot water. Director of Corruption Prosecution at the country's foremost anti-corruption agency, Keisha Prince Kamiko, has ruled that Dalrymple Philibert be charged with 4 counts of breaching Section 15(1)(b) of the Parliament Integrity of Members Act 1973 for making a false statement in a statutory declaration covering the period 2015 to 2017. Prince Kamiko also determined that Dalrymple Philibert should be charged with 4 counts of breaches in relation to Section 43(2)(a) of the Integrity Commission Act 2017 for making a false statement in a statutory declaration covering the period 2018 to 2020. The ruling comes 4 months after People's National Party councillor Lambert Ware was charged with similar breaches. The IC, in a 41-page report tabled in Parliament on Tuesday, said it opened an investigation after a referral from its Director of Complaints, Craig Beresford, raised concerns that Dalrymple Philibert may have broken several laws by virtue of failing to disclose her ownership of the vehicle. It added that its Director of Investigation, Kevin Stevenson, expanded the scope of the probe to include the circumstances surrounding the use of a 20% duty concession granted to Dalrymple Philibert to acquire the vehicle to be used by her in connection with her public duties. In a March 2022 letter, Dalrymple Philibert denied owning the vehicle, but the Commission said evidence obtained from Tax Administration Jamaica, the Ministry of Finance, Jamaica Customs, Sagicor Jamaica Limited, and the 2 redacted parties confirmed that the vehicle was acquired and registered in the Speaker's name from 2015 until its divestment in May 2022. She subsequently told Stevenson in a February 2023 interview that she recalled receiving a concession for a vehicle which her sister drove until she sold it. "I never drove it and I never had possession. I also requested from Parliament a list of my concessions, for which they replied with a document showing that I received concessions for 3 vehicles. The documents detailed the Benz vehicle, and so I must declare it," Dalrymple Philibert is quoted in the report as saying. A 20% duty concession is a benefit provided to parliamentarians, certain categories of government employees, and our public officials or servants. Within 3 years of purchase, the vehicle must be used primarily by the travelling officer and cannot be used for commercial purposes. The Commission said evidence obtained from Parliament and the Finance Ministry showed that Dalrymple Philibert applied for and received the concession in 2015 to purchase the vehicle. She said that the purchasing of the vehicle was mostly done through her husband and that there was a small loan her sister received. Stevenson subsequently presented documents which showed that Dalrymple Philibert stood as guarantor for a loan received through a commercial bank to purchase the vehicle by her sister's spouse, Lincoln Eatman. The report said inquiries by Stevenson revealed that an initial deposit of $200,000 was made by Dalrymple Philibert's brother-in-law. Further, he obtained a loan of $5.8 million through a third party towards the acquisition of the vehicle through a third party. Further inquiries by Stevenson revealed that the full duty list price for the vehicle was $8.1 million and that the 20% concession duty list price was $6,580,000 and the 20% concession duty special price was $6 million. He said that the vehicle was acquired at a cost of $6 million. Eamon told the Director of Investigations that the vehicle was kept in Kingston and used by him, his son and son's mother, Agneta Vero. He said that Dalrymple Philibert also used the vehicle. He said that in early 2016, he discussed the purchase and made an agreement with the bank for a loan of $5 million for the purchase. Eatman said that he applied for the loan and was guaranteed by Dalrymple Philibert, and she put up the car as security. However, Dalrymple Philibert, in her interview, denied ever using the vehicle. Vero, Dalrymple Philibert's sister, countered that claim, noting in her interview with Stevenson that the vehicle was in the control and possession of the House Speaker and that she used it when she needed a motor vehicle or was doing business on behalf of her sister. Stevenson said that the ownership of the vehicle was transferred 2 months after Dalrymple Philibert denied being the owner. Stevenson said further evidence showed that from 2016 to the time of Dalrymple Philibert's appointment as House Speaker in 2020, motor vehicle allowances were paid to her. However, he said that the reference allowances were not paid in accordance with relevant law or guidance and/or procedures. In November 2020, she was assigned the 2014 Mitsubishi Pajero registered to the Houses of Parliament. On November 3, 2020, Dalrymple Philibert wrote to the then clerk to the Houses indicating that she was applying for a 20% duty concession on a 2021 Toyota Hilux from Toyota Jamaica Limited. Stevenson concluded that Dalrymple Philibert was the legal owner of the vehicle and having omitted to include it in her declarations caused them to be inaccurate and incomplete. He further concluded that there was sufficient basis to infer that the omission amounts to the offence of knowingly making a false statement to the Commission. With regards to the concession, both terms and conditions, including Section 36 of the Customs Act, were breached. The Director of Investigations said any other person who assisted Dalrymple Philibert in the foregoing would be equally liable. Stevenson said that motor vehicle allowances paid in spite of the breaches identified were irregular. He concluded that in failing to identify the clear breaches identified, the accountable officer and or accounting officer at the Houses of Parliament were negligent in their processing of the payments made to Dalrymple Philibert. Stevenson said the failure on the part of the accountable officer in the foregoing regard constitutes a breach of Circular 13 and their duty under the Financial Audit and Administration Act. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.